So after I've hit my long putts and I've worked on my speed, I then go to the range and I do my full swing practice, hit a couple drivers, bunker shots, chip shots, and then I give myself 15 minutes before I tee off, coming back to the putting green to work on all putts inside 10 feet. And the way I do this is first find a straight putt, and I do that by walking around and trying to find the inflection point where I start walking downhill, and wherever it shifts back to uphill, I know that that's pretty close to a straight putt. And I've already found that, that's right here. I add a little alignment aid, just as a frame of reference. This is where I work on my stroke a little bit, make sure I'm launching the ball straight, aiming straight, and getting all the fundamentals of the stroke where I expect them to be. I focus on setting up straight, aiming straight, and launching the ball in my intended direction. A couple of the key things I focus on when I'm trying to fine-tune the fundamentals and make sure my stroke is where I want it to be is the path of the putter and the face of the putter. And that's why it's important to have a straight putt. You don't want to be practicing these things on putts that curve. When I have this alignment stick here for the purpose of seeing what the path of my putter is doing. If I take my putter back and I see it crossing the alignment stick right here, I know that my arc is maybe a little too severe going back and forth. Same on the opposite side of the spectrum. If I take it out, I see the putter getting further away from the stick. I like to keep a tight arc and basically try to keep it right inside this line the entire time. Never crosses it, it just gets pretty close. If I take a stroke and miss it to the left, I know that the toe outraced the heel somewhere during my stroke. Same on the other side. If I miss it to the right, I know that the heel outraced the toe. So I focus on trying to get them both to cross the finish line at the same time and launch the ball straight. So after I've worked on my speed and my stroke, I work on the skill of actually making putts, because ultimately that's what matters at the end of the day. I've picked a putt here that's a little right to left, a little downhill. It's good to practice breaking putts before you get on the golf course. And I have a spot a little more than a cup out on the right that I believe would be a good starting line for this putt. I can obviously make adjustments if I miss high or miss low, but ultimately I'm going to try and launch this golf ball in line with that tee. I'm taking my shaft of the putter and drawing a line between that tee and the golf ball and picking an intermediate target about 3 inches in front of the ball, because that's easier to aim at something 8 feet away. And all I'm going to try and do is aim my putter at that line and launch the ball straight. Or pull it. So if I miss the first one, I can make the adjustment of whether or not it was a stroke issue or a line issue. I know that I pulled that putt, so I'm going to try that again, aiming at the tee. And I hit that one a little soft. So it's all about making adjustments, knowing why you miss putts, so hopefully on the course you can make those adjustments and start making them. So those are a few things that I work on before a round of golf that helps me make more putts. I work on my speed, and I work on my aim, and I work on my stroke. There's no one way to do it, but the most important thing is that you develop a routine that you can do consistently and ultimately helps you make more putts.